We're back from the gym. I did finish my 1 liter of water here. I also drank all of my greens, so that gave me another 500 mils. I only did the treadmill for an hour, but I did it on a 7 incline at a 3.5, 3.6 speed. So it was like pretty intense on my legs, but I didn't do any weights or anything like that. I do want to have like a little bit of like a recovery drink, and I also just kind of want to drink this because it's so good. It is the sweet iced tea, so it's a BCAA's sweet iced tea flavor. It's really good, and I know I'm definitely gonna feel it in my legs because I did such high incline for me at a pretty good pace. So I'm like, you know what, let's just do like a little recovery drink, and it'll also help me get another 500 mils in of like a flavored water drink, so I'm not just drinking regular water. So I like to have like some kind of flavored water in between drinking my 3 liters, and then I kind of like add that into the tally of how much water I'm drinking. And it definitely helps getting my water in when I'm drinking flavored water or like these recovery powders and stuff post workouts. So I did a scoop of that BCAA's, and then I'm doing a scoop of collagen because I just want to get as much collagen as I can in hair, nails, skin, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna do that. This flavor is so good. Like the sweet iced tea is delicious. I have this. I'm also gonna make that coffee. Oh, that's so good. So this is the syrup I'm gonna use for the coffee. I want to try making like an iced pumpkin spice coffee. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I usually have only ever had like hot pumpkin coffees, but I really want iced coffee. I want to like get my protein in, so we're gonna try it. And I've seen videos of people use chocolates in their espresso and then make a coffee like that, like the chocolate was added flavoring. But again, that was like hot coffee. So we're gonna try it with cold coffee and see how it is. And then I wanna, instead of using chocolates, I'm gonna use this. I tried this in my other video. It was so good. Like, they are absolutely delicious, but they're really chewy. I mean, obviously it's the chewy soft caramels, but it was just like a bit much for me. So I'm just gonna actually put it in the cup while I'm brewing my espresso. And I was thinking about throwing it all in there, but I'm like, I don't know how hot the espresso is gonna get, so I might just cut it up here quickly and then throw it in. But I'm gonna use 1 shot of the Alticio espresso, and then I use a double espresso Chiaro, I think it is. Probably not even pronouncing that right. But yeah, I use 1 Alticio, 1 Chiaro, and then I'm gonna use that caramel. I figure if I cut it, it'll be easier to melt. And then we'll add some pumpkin syrup that I got. So hopefully it melts and it tastes good. If it doesn't taste good, I'm still gonna drink it. But hopefully it tastes good. I don't know what the plan is for the rest of the day. It is gonna be date night. My boyfriend was at the gym when I got there, so I asked him what he wanted to do tonight for it, and he said he had no idea. So the jury's still out on where we're going to eat, but we're definitely, he wants to go to Krispy Kreme. So that's at least what we're gonna be having for dessert, I guess. I'm telling you, this man is like tempting me. I'm going to keep my calories low for right now. It's already like 2:30, and we're probably gonna go for dinner around like, I don't know, 6:30, 7. He usually prefers eat around 7, and I'm not picky, I don't care. I'm pretty easygoing. So I was like, whatever. You figure out where you wanna eat, what time you wanna go, and we'll go. So we're gonna do that. I at least know we're going to Krispy Kreme, so I'll save some calories for that. And then for dinner, I'm just gonna have to wing it. I have no idea where we're going, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. I do have like, that's why I allow myself this like 1 splurge night a week for our date nights. As long as I'm good like throughout the week and, you know, going forward, I don't sweat about it. I don't worry about it. So it's okay. This is like kind of melting, but not really. I feel like it's like on the spoon here. Okay. It smells good though. Let's do the other shot here. So in regards to what I'm eating until we go out, because it's already 2:30, so I'm like, I don't want to eat that much, and honestly I'm not that hungry. And I'm pretty sure this iced coffee is gonna fill me up a little bit because of, you know, the 30 grams of protein. But I did decide that I was gonna have this like snack box that I made for work, but didn't end up eating. So I have a peach in here, I have some mini bell pepper pieces in here, and then a Built Bar. So I can have that if I want to. And then I also have this fruit that I packed for work yesterday and didn't eat as well. Just because I like to have extra fruit on hand. So I packed this yesterday. I will probably eat it. Definitely this one. I'm not sure about the other one, but I'll definitely eat this one. It's got a peach, a pear, and then some blueberries. So I'm gonna eat this for sure with my iced coffee. And then I might have the other snack box, but that'll still keep me like well within my calories for sure. Because I haven't eaten anything yet. So I'll definitely have a lot of calories to work with when we go out to eat and stuff. But again, like when I go out for date night, like I'm totally okay with going over my calorie deficit. It's why I'm allowing myself the one day out of the week to go over my calorie deficit. Because for my boyfriend and I, like it's really important to have our date nights, and we do like to go out and have some alone time and have a meal together, or do like an activity, or go to the movies. And I don't want to like put too much pressure on myself and feel like I have to eat within a calorie deficit every single day. But with that being said, like I'm also not going to overindulge and splurge the whole day. When I say I'm having a date night, like I'm having a date night. So like by the time we go out to the time we get home, like that's my date night. I'm not using it to like, oh, it's gonna be like the whole day event. I can eat whatever I want for an entire day. No, I can have what I want when we go out for like dinner or the movie, because it's all about balance. And I'm just kind of like dipping my toe back into this healthy journey. So I want to keep some of my sanity and not put so much pressure on myself. This coffee looks and smells pretty good. The caramel hasn't completely melted yet, so I think I should have actually like cut it up smaller, but it's fine. It's okay. Most of it melted. We have a little bit here on the spoon that didn't melt. That's fine. I'm just gonna check that. It's okay. This is like pretty, it's actually cooled down a lot, so just throw that in there, spill it everywhere. Love these iced coffees, honestly. Like just iced coffee in general is my favorite. It'll be like negative 30 degrees and I'll still be drinking iced coffee. Oh, that's really good. Oh my gosh, I'm actually shocked. That's so good. It's like that candy is just in this cup. Wow, that's delicious. I'm really surprised by that. I wasn't expecting it to be like that strong of a flavor, but obviously like I put a little bit of this in there too, probably like a tablespoon. I don't really measure when I use these syrups because it's like, you know, 0 calories, 0 sugar, a whole bunch of chemicals, but whatever. 0 calories, 0 sugar, so that's fine. But yeah, that is so good. With this, like, I only put 1 candy in there. I think when I make it next time, I'll probably like cut the pieces up smaller so it melts better. But that is so good. I love that. And I can definitely tell that most of the flavor is coming from the candy because I could taste the caramel. And this is just thin pumpkin spice, so there's no caramel in this. And then the protein shake I used was vanilla, so I get like majority of the flavoring in that coffee is definitely from this. And it's 150 calories for 6 pieces. So 1 piece obviously is 25 calories. So that's not bad for a little bit of added flavoring to the coffee. All right, so let's review week 2. So I decided to weigh in a little bit earlier this week because we are having date night tonight. I really didn't want to weigh in the morning after date night, especially since I don't know like where we're going, what we're going to be eating. And I know we're at least getting Krispy Kreme tonight because that's what my boyfriend wants for dessert. So we'll definitely be having some Krispy Kreme. But in regards to dinner, I'm not sure where we're going. I can't really like plan ahead for that. But I am still going to be mindful when I make my food choices because I don't want to, you know, overindulge. I don't want to binge or anything like that. My main objective is to kind of like deal with my relationship with food and get to a better place with that. As long as I don't binge eat or like really like overindulge and just like give in to like food noise and stuff, then I'm happy, I'm good. And I just really want to enjoy, you know, the date nights. We only do them once a week, so I really want to enjoy that time together. And I'm pretty open with like whatever we do, so a lot of the times he'll decide what we're doing and I'm totally cool with that. I like to go with the flow, and I'm happy as long as we spend time together. Like, that's all that really matters for us. But we do like to go out and have like some dinner together and do like an activity. So I think tonight we'll probably just end up going for dinner somewhere and then grabbing some Krispy Kremes on the way home for dessert. And then I think we're probably just gonna watch TV, honestly, because we definitely need to catch up on Frasier. They came out with like a few more episodes of like the new seasons that they've been making, and we are obsessed with that show. So I definitely want to catch up on those episodes. So that's probably gonna be like the plan for later today. So I'm just gonna review week 2 a little bit early, but it's fine. We're going for progress, not perfection here. Everything's been going like really well. So week 2, I feel really great. I did have a few days where I had to like chug water at the end of the night to get my 3 liters in, and then I also ended up having to like read part of the book, like the 10 pages of my book, you know, right before I was going to bed, because it just kind of totally slipped my mind. So I think for week 3 I'm going to really start amping up my water and either adding more like flavored waters into like my daily intake for water, just to kind of help me like get more water in, because I think I might just be like not wanting to drink plain water. So I think if I mix it with like some, you know, I don't know, some like Crystal Lights or some kind of flavoring, that might help me drink more water. So I'm going to try that with week 3 and see how it goes, because I definitely want to get my 3 liters in. And thankfully I did get my 3 liters in every day this week. But like I said, like I was chugging them at the end of the night. Like I was chugging a liter of water before I went to bed, which made for an unsettling night. I kept getting up throughout the night, but that's fine. Like it's not a big deal. But I am going to try and drink more water earlier in the day and throughout the day. I noticed that when I do go to the gym for like workout classes, I do drink a lot of water during like workout classes and then after as well. So I think when I do get in the motions of going back to the gym regularly, like either every other day or like 3 days a week or something like that, at least I can know that, you know, when I'm at the gym, I am going to be drinking more water. So it'll be easier for me to get my water intake on those days. But again, that'll like come down the road. I'm not pushing myself or trying to rush myself to go to the gym consistently and make a plan ahead of the time. I'm really just like focusing on one day at a time, and then just kind of taking it from there, right? So I did end up getting my water in, thankfully. I did end up reading my 10 pages, thankfully. I think I missed one day. I don't remember exactly what day. I have to check my chart, but I know that I did miss one day, and I'm like, whatever, I just doubled up the following day. In regards to the book, I am still reading The Binge Code. It's such a good book. I'm enjoying it so far, and I think I'm going to start reading it from the beginning again, because I finally got these highlighters. So they're mild liner creative marker. It's double-ended, soft, mild color. Sorry, it's gonna be backwards again, but it's like Zebra brand. So I basically just like checked Amazon and was like, you know, no leak proof highlighter type thing, because while I was reading this book, like there are a lot of parts where I wanted to like highlight it, because I did have moments where I was like, oh my gosh, if I highlight this, then when I'm like triggered to binge or like struggling one day, I can just grab this book, you know, open up a random page, and whatever's highlighted will be like what stuck out with me in the moment while I was reading it. And then it'll kind of like help future me with any kind of like binge urges or cravings, or, you know, on days I'm struggling, I can just grab the book, look through it, see what's highlighted, and then just kind of like look over those parts, right? I got these highlighters, mild and translucent colors, doesn't bleed through most surfaces. I thought, okay, so we'll see how it turns out, since it says most surfaces. Now I'm thinking like, is that actually gonna work and bleed through? I don't know. We'll see. It's not really a big deal, but I'm like, it advertised as like no bleed through, but now now that I read the back, it says like most surfaces, so it doesn't bleed through most surfaces. Well, this book better be like one of those most surfaces. Anyway, so I'm gonna start reading the book over, because I want to kind of go back and highlight the different parts that I wanted to highlight. I'll probably do that tomorrow, because I really want to catch up on the reading and just get like a head start, since I am basically starting over. Binks, what are you doing? It's my cat here. Can I move you, please? Can I move you? Hi, Mama. Hey. She was on the dresser. She's so cute. Binksy girl. All right, go over there with Mojo. Mojo's my other cat. Day 1 technically of week 2, but day 8. So I did stick within my calorie deficit all week. I ended up eating 1,970 calories. My protein was 153 grams. Carbs was 244 grams and fats was 40 grams. I did go to the gym on Monday. I think that's in like my last video or the video before that. I got on the treadmill. I did 45 minutes on the treadmill. I also did like the incline and like, you know, the higher speed a little bit. So I was going at a decent pace. Did that for 45 minutes. Ended the day with 10,000 steps. So 10,790 steps I ended the day with. And then day 9, I went to the Bodyworks Plus Abs class, and it felt so good to be back to the class. I went to it every Tuesday earlier in the year when I was really serious about, you know, losing weight and getting healthier and making better choices and all that. It was nice to be back this past Tuesday and just like see everyone again, because a lot of the same people continue to go. And the instructor is really amazing. I absolutely love her. She is so welcoming. She motivates you, and no matter what your size is, like, she makes you feel like you belong there, and that really helps me, and it just makes me feel better about going to her class. So I went to the Bodyworks class. It was a 50-minute class. I sweated like crazy. I was so sore for like 3 days after. I just stopped feeling sore last night, and it was like last night's Friday, so I did the class Tuesday night. I was like really sore, but I did push myself, and this also was like coming off of 3 months of just binge eating and not working out and all that. So of course my body was like, what the heck are you doing? But it felt really good to be back. So I did the 50-minute class. I ended the day with 8,494 steps. I ate 1,909 calories. Protein was 151 grams. Carbs is 247 grams, and then fat, it was 40 grams. Day 10, I ended up with eating 1,777 calories. Protein was 133 grams. Carbs is 281 grams, and then my fat for that day was 26 grams. I did go for a 30-minute walk after work, and then I ended the day with 10,731 steps. So I definitely have been like consistently earlier in the week getting my 8,000 steps in. I want to work up to 10,000 steps in the new year, but for right now, one of my goals is like 8,000 calories. 8,000 calories. Yeah, right. 8,000 steps a day. But if I don't get 8,000 steps like every day and I miss like one day of the week, it's okay as long as my numbers show like the average at the end of the week, basically showing like, yeah, I was averaging 8,000 steps a day. So I'm kind of looking at the bigger picture in that aspect. Like I'm taking everything one day at a time, you know, in regards to eating in my calorie deficit, getting my walks in, or at least getting some kind of movement in, getting my steps in and all that. But when it comes to getting my movement in, I know like there's going to be a day where I just can't go for a walk, or I can't make it to the gym or whatever. So if there's one day a week where I can't make my 8,000 steps, or I can't get my like movement in, it's okay. Things are going to come up. Like I'm being really lenient on myself because I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. I don't want to get overwhelmed. So as long as my like end of week average in regards to my movement, in regards to my steps, like equals out to being like 8,000 steps a day, all that, then I'm happy. Same with my food intake. So because I'm doing a date night once a week, but 6 days out of the week, I'm like eating on point. I'm eating within my calorie deficit. I want to still make sure that even with having that date night, I'm still keeping in control. Like obviously I'm going to go over my calories, especially if we're eating out, but I want to make sure I'm still staying in control. I'm not going crazy. I'm not hitting like F it mode and just like forgetting the whole day and eating what I want for the whole day. Like I'm just keeping it to the one meal, one treat, whatever. And then at the end of the week, it's still going to average out to either 2,000 under calories or just above. Because again, I want to like enjoy myself on date nights, but I don't want to get out of control. Like I don't want to backtrack or like undo all the work that I did throughout the week. I'm just kind of looking at like the overall average of each week. In regards to day 11, I ate 1,950 calories. My protein was 136 grams. My carbs was 320 grams, and my fat was 51 grams. I walked for 45 minutes after work. I remember that day. It was like such a nice day. It was actually, I think it was like 20 degrees that day. I don't know what Mother Nature is doing, but she brought back the summer weather and it was so nice. So I walked after work. I typically walk for like 30 minutes, but I was loving it. So I was just like, let's just keep walking. So I ended up walking for 45 minutes, ending the day with 11,975 steps. And yesterday, because I went to my friend's like girls' night pumpkin painting thing, right after work, I didn't have time to go for a walk. And then I got home really late, so I didn't have time to like do any kind of like step walking videos or anything like that. So unfortunately I didn't get my activity in yesterday, but I did kind of stay within my calorie deficit. I ate a little bit over, so I ended the day with 2,012 calories. So I like to kind of stay within like 1,800, 1,900 is like my golden area, but ideally as long as I'm under 2,000, like I'm great with that. I'm slightly over because at the end of the night before I was leaving, she wanted me to like try one of those pumpkin ginger snap things that I brought over. And she's like, try it with me. And I was like, oh, okay. So I had that and it was like 12 calories. So, it was tiny. It was like this tiny little thing, but I calculated it because I'm like, I ate it, so I'm calculating it. So yeah, 12,000. Where's my mind today? 2,012 calories. So that's fine. It's slightly over. It's 12 calories. It's not a big deal. It's fine. But I ended with 119 grams of protein, 346 grams of carbs, and 59 grams of fat. And I ended with 7,049 steps. I made up for it by going to the gym today and doing an hour on the treadmill. I'm already at 8,522 steps for the day, and it's only 3 o'clock. Like I said, if I miss a day of activity or I miss, hitting my 8,000 steps, it's okay as long as I like make up for it the next day. Or there's also going to be days where, I'm definitely above my steps. Like there's a few days where I was hitting 10,000 steps, 11,000 steps. So at the end of the week, it will average out. And that's my main like objective. I'm taking things one day at a time, but as long as my weekly averages are good, I'm happy. Let me actually get into my weigh-in. So I weighed in at 290.7, I believe. I'll input it there. So that is I think that's 0.6 pounds down from last week. Again, like I'm weighing in just for the heck of it. I'm not really focusing on the number. I'm more so focusing on my healthy habits, eating in a calorie deficit, focusing on my relationship with food, because binge eating has always been a struggle for me and I really need to do the mental work. So that's why I'm taking like the next few weeks to really focus on healing my mind and just getting to a better place mentally before I like take things way more seriously in the new year. But yeah, 0.6 pounds in a week was great. Amazing. Love it. So last week I lost 7 pounds, which was shocking, but also coming off 3 months of just binge eating, not really moving at all, just eating whatever I want, when I want, not working out, not getting my water in, like nothing. Of course, my first week back to eating in a calorie deficit, drinking 3 liters of water a day, getting movement in, was going to shock my body. And I ended up losing a significant amount of weight in the first week. So 7 pounds was really great. But a lot of that is obviously like water weight and everything. But it was a nice little like kickstart to be like, even though I'm focusing on making the healthiest choices and just like really focusing on my movement and getting my steps in and my eating and all that, it is nice to see my body catching up to everything and to see the numbers, but I'm not focusing on that. I know like I'm gonna have weight fluctuations. I know that I'm not gonna be perfect. My main objective is just to like do the best that I can each day and then let the chips fall where they may, basically. Another loss this week, really great, really happy about that. But again, I've been sticking to the program of, eating within my calories, drinking my water, doing the movements and stuff. So, of course, the body's going to drop some stuff here and there. Another great week, though. Again, another early weigh-in, but that's because, life happens. I have a date night tonight, and then I'm helping my friend move tomorrow morning. So it's going to be a whole thing tomorrow. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm going to weigh in today because of those 2 reasons. I'm like, I don't really want to weigh in tomorrow morning. And then next week, I might have to weigh in early again because we're going away for the weekend. We're going to the cottage with family and my sister's basically planning everything and taking control of it all. So she was like, oh, I'm gonna like just get the same stuff that we ate last time we went. And she went with like my dad and stuff. So she's like, are you okay with that? And I'm just like, yeah, just like get whatever you guys want to get to eat. And then just let me know how much it is and I'll send you my money. So I'll probably stop at Costco though and like pick up some fruits. I'll probably get like a veggie tray to take. again, and then I'll get like some snacks that my boyfriend likes. I'm gonna still keep in mind to like stay on track and try to like make the best choices with what's out there, but I'm also gonna bring like some of my own healthier stuff to eat and to have on hand, so that, you know, when they bring out like the coolers and the chips and like all the good, not so healthier choices stuff, I'll still have like my backup of my healthier things. So that's kind of the plan. It's just easier that way. My sister, like, she always goes camping and stuff, so it's just easier for her to take the lead on things. And I'm like, yeah, just if you already have a plan in your head on what you want to take and, you know, what you want to have like as a like meals and stuff out there, like just let me know how much things are and I'll send you my money for it, because she's more organized than I am. So I was like, you take the lead, girl, just tell me when and where and I'll show up. So that's the plan for next week. I'll probably do like a what I eat in a day leading up to next week, probably like on Tuesday maybe, because I'm also going to do the Bodyworks class again this week, and then I'll probably do my weigh-in on Friday because we'll be away. Just kind of thinking of like convenience of when I'll be home, and I don't want to have to rush it. But I'm gonna go and eat my little snack boxes that I have. I'm gonna finish my iced coffee. I'm gonna probably honestly watch some Law and Order, and then I'm gonna shower and then enjoy the night. That's it for me today. That's my week 2 review. So if you're on a weight loss journey, like, just take things one day at a time. Don't put any pressure on yourself. Tomorrow's a new day. You can do it. Stick with it. And instead of focusing on the numbers, just focus on building healthier habits, especially if you struggle with like binge eating, overeating, stuff like that. Really do the mental work first, because there's no quick fix for, you know, weight loss, for overcoming binge eating disorder, for overcoming any kind of like relationship issues with food. I'm kind of noticing that with all my years of yo-yo dieting. And the first step is just to be kinder to yourself, I think, in regards to like trying to lose weight and being healthier, because again, like, you're not going to wake up one day and be a brand new person and just think completely differently than you have been for years. So just take things one day at a time, be gentler on yourself, and be patient, because things are not going to happen so fast. Like, they're not going to happen overnight. You know, I didn't put on 200 pounds overnight. You know, just be kinder to yourself, do the best you can, take it one day at a time, and just do it for yourself. Don't do it for anyone else, because if you're trying to do it for someone else, like, you're not going to do it. You're going to put too much pressure on yourself. You're going to feel bad about yourself for, you know, not doing everything perfectly. So just get to a point where you enjoy the process. You're taking your time. I will see you in the next one. It'll probably be like a what I eat in a day. Again, if you made it this far, thank you, and I'll check you out in the next one. Bye.